Hello, and thank you for tuning in once again. You are tuned in to The Encourager, and my name is Nehru. We are on to our angel numbers for the day on this 4/1/2024, and first day of Mercury retrograde, first Mercury retrograde of the new year. So let's go ahead and get started with our angel numbers. We'll do the right page, start off on the right page, and let's do upper right, shall we? Let's go. 314, plan it. Organize your next steps. Your angels are telling you to pause and focus as to make correct choices moving forward. What are your goals and what is your current plan for meeting them? Seeing this number is a message to review that plan today. Okay, so during also 315, see that? They go together. Plan it and then declutter. Declutter, then plan it. You can't plan it if you haven't decluttered. Okay? Right? Create mental space. Organize your next step. You have to create the mental space in order to see your next step clearly. Okay? So, I just posted in the shorts, I posted 12 videos pertaining to for each zodiac sign for the Mercury retrograde, and as a general guide, what the focus should be. Now, obviously, yours may differ because we all have individual lives, and there are 8 billion of them on this planet. So, it's a general guide, but yes, I just posted those. Again, you can find those in the shorts section of the platform. And also, one of those focuses was for this exactly, was for this pause, to plan, to take a step back and not be so quick to make decisions during this Mercury retrograde, which is extremely important because during Mercury retrograde's energy can be confusing. So you need extra time for clarity. You need to read the details of all of your contracts. Pay extra attention to the words that are not being said and the words that are being said. Pay attention to the actions that are being taken along with those words and the actions that are being taken that go against those words, right? So all of that during Mercury retrograde, okay? So communication issues are common. Speech impediments and all sorts of things are all common issues when it comes to Mercury retrogrades and dealing with them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to our next angel number, and let's go the other direction, and let's go with the left page and the lower right. 167, wake up. Mindfulness is the key. So let's take a look here. You are being called to begin a lifetime practice of mindfulness. The world around you and how it interacts with you requires thoughtful attention, as there are signs and signals everywhere that can become catalysts for your spiritual growth. Start journaling your observations of self in this very moment. Create a daily habit of reflecting in this way. 167, right? So 167 is a 14, right? So with that mindfulness, right, our thoughts, a wise man said, we are as we think, right? Buddha said that, we are as we think. And so being wise takes a certain level of ascension, even just generally speaking. You have to be aware to a certain degree to pick up certain wisdoms, okay? And so it's no different than natural learning. And natural learning, most of us, outside of prodigies perhaps, right? Most of us need a certain amount of time to grasp new concepts. It took you a certain amount of time to learn the arithmetic, right? Equations. It took a certain amount of time for you to count 1 through 10, right? It took a certain amount of time for you to learn your ABC. So it's a process, okay? So being mindful, okay, of where you are, what you're speaking, what you're thinking, what you're listening to, how you're speaking, what you're saying, being mindful of who you're hanging around with, the energy that you're giving off, the people whose energy you're accepting. Being mindful will help you ascend, because when you are mindful, it helps you make better decisions. It creates clarity. Okay? Because if I am mindful about the person who is hurting over there, if I have opportunity to, there may be wisdom that you can share with that individual. Okay? Or someone may need to share wisdom or can share wisdom with you, but you have to be open to that wisdom. Okay? So you have to be mindful of your own thoughts again, where those thoughts are, what types of energy that thought is creating. You have to be aware of those things. Okay? So let's go ahead and get to our last angel number. And let's go with a high number. Let's go towards the back of the book here. And let's see what Most High would like to share with us. So, let's go with right page and lower left. Right page, I turn to the very back of the book. Right page, lower left. Eight, 4, 2, deliberate sequences. The choices you make follow you. How true is that? How you do one thing, you do everything. Pay attention to your patterns today. Daily life rituals in your microcosm create the blueprint for your macrocosm. Make one routine you carry out today more of a ritual. With each step along the way, know you are creating the future. Deliberate sequences. The choices you make follow you. Okay? So, no one gets out of the choices that we make. No one. Ascended Masters didn't get out of the choices they make. They made good ones and not so good ones. Angels don't get out of the bad choices that they make. We all have to deal with our karma. No one gets out of dealing with their karma, no matter how holy you are, no matter where you ascend to, no matter how high you ascend. No one, Yeshua, did not get out of dealing with the karma he had to deal with. And yes, he had to deal with karma. Everybody has to deal with karma. Okay? And we can't get out of what we create. We have to deal with that. And this is why it is so fucking incredibly important that we follow our intuition. Because if you think about this, you are 100% liable for all the shit that flows in and out of you. That's physically and spiritually. You are responsible for the shit that flows in you and out of you physically, unless you're being poisoned by someone. Okay? You are responsible for that. And there are situations of karmics poisoning masculines, poisoning feminines, right? To try to get them to stay with them, control them. It's no different than any other type of spiritual witchcraft, manipulation, Ouija boards. You can use anything, tarot cards. You can use anything for evil. Okay? So, be aware. Be wise, right? The military says, the army says, stay alert, stay alive. Okay? So that's what I'm saying to you today. During this Mercury retrograde, everyone, let's stay alert and stay alive and continue to do the work we need to do in order to heal ourselves, heal our karmic bloodlines, and forget about the past. Forget about those who came against you. Forget about those who didn't appreciate you. Forget about those who did not love you correctly. Forget about those who did not give you unconditional love. Forget about those who pacified you. Forget those who who just falsely promoted you, falsely loved you, and then talk about you behind your back. Forget about the rumors and the smear campaigns. Forget about all of that. Because all of that now is in Most High's hands. Your ancestors are kicking ass and they are suffering. Your enemy is suffering. The Jezebel, Luciferians, they are suffering right now. Rest assured. Okay? They are dealing with diseases. They are dealing with physical ailments. They are dealing with shit that they could have been protected from, but they chose otherwise. Okay? So don't turn around. Don't look back. Okay? Because you're not going that way. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Nehru. This is The Encourager. Welcome to Mercury Retrograde. And as always, be encouraged.